the headline. India's apex court to examine whistleblower audio tape alleging CM and Biren's role in current 19 months long violence. Discussion on effective utilizations of funds for 16 Finance Commission held with CM and Biren Singh. Rahul Gandhi accuses BJP for burning Manipur and attempting to divide people across India on religious lines. Failure to permit Manipuris to write 2025 UPSC Civil Services examinations in Meitei script will be sheer disrespect of the indigenous people of Manipur, says Wama. Hello, welcome to ELITETV and you're watching Primetime English News. Now the news in detail. The Appellate Court, Supreme Court of India has agreed to examine the authenticity of the audio tapes presented by a cookie organization which allegedly implicates Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh in the ongoing ethnic violence in the state. The tapes reportedly shared by whistleblowers contain conversations that suggest the CM's involvement in the facilitating the infiltration of the armed insurgents and the looting of weapons that fuels the violence. The petitions filed by the Cookie Organization for Human Rights Trust was heard by the bench comprising Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice J.B. Pardiwal and Justice Manoj Mishra. Advocate Prashant Bhushan, representing the petitioners, argues that the tapes contain disturbing conversation in which the CM allegedly admit to instigating violence and protecting attackers. He also stated that the looting of arms and ammunition exacerbated the bloodshed in Manipur, leading to the significant loss of the life. Bhushan's father claims that despite submitting the audio clips to the Justice Lamba Commission, which is investigating the violence, no action has been taken over the past 4 months. The petition seeks a court monitors investigation into the clips, which are said to be crucial evidence in the case. The Solicitor General of India, Tushar Mehta, opposed the petitions, arguing that the matter should be handled by the High Court and not the Supreme Court. He also questions the credibility of the audio clips, suggesting that merely approaching Bhushan did not make the case eligible for the Supreme Court's intervention. However, the bench rules in favor of examining the material, stating that Bhushan must provide proof of the clip's authenticity before the court could proceed with further investigation. The court also suggested that the tapes could be analyzed by a forensic lab to establish their validity. The authenticity of the clips remains as a central issue, with the petitioners unwilling to disclose the source due to the fears of potential threats to their life. The bench offered the options to submit the tapes in a sealed cover, emphasizing that the court was not dismissing the seriousness of the allegations. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh engaged in the critical discussions with the 16th Finance Commission to leverage central funds for the state advancement. Discussion was held on the effective utilization of the funds provided to the state through centrally sponsored scheme, proposals for the grant in aid towards the developments of the various sector and execution of the specific projects, etc. In order to bring an economic transformation in the state, led by the chairman Dr. Arvind Panagaria, the Commission's aims to drive economic change in Manipur through strategic funds allocation. Earlier this month, the chairman of the 16th Finance Commission, Arvind Panagaria, during a press conference in Nagaland's Kohima, emphasized the importance of the states enhancing their own revenue generation to achieve greater fiscal self-reliance. Whilst urging states to focus on the boosting internal revenues, he reassures that the regular devolutions of the grant to states will continue as before. Speaking at the conference, Panagaria said the commissions generally does encourage to states to raise as much of their own revenue as possible. Ultimately, this revenue relief is a function of the GSDP of the states, and more revenue means that the GSDP is larger, and a larger GSDP is desirable in its own right, because that's what leads to higher capital incomes. In a no-holds-barred attacks on the BJP Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Friday accused the Saffron Party of the burning Manipur and making attempts to divide people across the country on religious lines. He also alleged that the Saffron Party deprived 90% of the nation's population of their due rights and benefits. The BJP burns Manipur and attempted to divide people on religious lines. It incited Hindus, Muslims, Christians and Sikh against each other. In recently held Haryana elections, the BJP incited Jats against non-Jats. It is the character of the BJP, Gandhi alleged while addressing the election rally in Lohardaga. The Congress leader also claims that he undertook a 4,000-kilometer padyatra from the Kashmir to the Kanyakumari to spread the message of love and to open shops of love in the market of hatred. He alleged that the BJP waived loans of 25 capitalists with rupees 16 lakhs crore, but blamed the Congress for easing farmers' debts to the tunes of rupees 72,000 crore during the UPA regimes. Wakalon Manaba Apunba Wama Kanglai Park Presidents Moirang Tham Nau Komba Meite during a press meet held today, the 8th November at the Manipur Press Club, has expressed that if the UPSC civil services aspirants from Manipur are not allowed to write the upcoming 2025 UPSC civil services examination, then it would be viewed as a neglect by the government of India and will also seen as a sheer disregard of the indigenous Meitei people of the state. During the press meet, he further pointed out that the examination centers for the UPSC civil services examination is being allotted in some of the northeastern states as well as beside others Indian states. However, the exam maximums of the successful candidate is from the state of Manipur in all the entire northeastern states. He then raised the question as to why examination center for the mains examination is not allotted to the aspirants in the state of Manipur. He further drew the attention of the union governments to requests made by the Rajya Sabha MP Laisemba Sanazaba with regard to the difficulties faced by the people from Meitei community in traveling outside the states of Manipur via road.
Classical language and Honabi, you have a smoke of Kagi to the Oinabas Marilyn, Lenga, Shank of injury, Lelena, Level Tibamana, no risk is testing the preliminary exam C of Kagi, EPS exam, the civil service exam C, state credit over Hatare, Sandatamba, Kodan, Assam, Mizoram, Nagaland. Since Muslim Mr. Homadi Tami, Aduga, Mizoram Gidi, Ninjala, Nagali, Ninjala, Shandat Tamhatare, Aduga, Manipur, the Ganas, Mahir, Padigam, Putoba, Adu, my Papu, Yoriba, a single Mofanji, Shandat Handabase, Yam level Tibani, Aduga, how you think Manipur Riba, complete country about Simba, Kudung Tibble, when Kudung Tiba Maramna, Sadok Sassing, Kudung Chadaba, Mayam labor, see, their government and Kambiraga, Kogi, Ikai Kamizaba, Raiswagi, and Pishu, in Kalisam Sazavana, they are like the Hajabado. Madu Tabu and on top Bina Damata, Kagi, Lamdamsing, Mahiroshing in Viraga, Manipur Center, Handina Bamusung, Minari, exam, Manipur, Hava Handinasu, Kagi, Dalinga.
An official notification dated 8 November issued by the Government of India Ministry of Home Affairs has notified that the appointments by promotions of members of Manipur Police Service to Indian Police Services against the vacancies determined by the Government of India for select list year 2020 to 2023 and has allocated them the Manipur cadre under Sub-Rule 1 of the Rule 5 of the Indian Police Service Cadre Rule 1954. The newly promoted IPS officers are Lenin Lamabam, Thokchom Bikramjit Singh, Khoisnam Sarma Devi, Hobson Sapam and Victoria Yankom from 2020 select list, Haishnam Balram Singh from 2021 select list, Watham Basu Singh, Sardar Laishram, Dhanapiyari Devi from 2022 select list, and Wahangbam Singhajit Singh, Rasini Yankom, Polam Manjit Singh, and K. Megachandra Singh from the 2023 select list. The notification further reads that the newly promoted IPS officers shall be on probations for 1 year as per Indian Police Service Probation Rules 1954. A release issued by the Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, COCOMI, has condemned the recent attacks against V. Hango Blessons, Panmei from the Kodom Kulan's village, and the Dalau Panmei from the Liai Kulan by some unknown miscreants on 31st October at Lamsang area under Imphal West District. COCOMI has further condemned the assaults on the Joshua Kamai from the Kambiron village on 5th November by the unknown miscreants. The release stated that the Manipur has been reeling under turmoils and unrest since May 3rd last year, owing to attacks launched by the illegal chain cookie narco-terrorists, where several Meiteis have been killed and thousands of Meiteis' houses have been gutted down in fire, with several thousands leading homeless life, taking shelters in various relief camps across the state. In such a situation, it is very unfortunate that due to some unwanted incident, people of the indigenous communities have been targeted, trying to fuel the communal hatred amongst the members of the indigenous communities in the state. COCOMI, through the release, has expressed that such unwanted incidents is highly condemnable and the involved culprit must be arrested and booked under the law of the land. However, COCOMI has appealed to all members of the indigenous community of the state not to bear or sow seeds of enmity amongst ourselves which may arise out of misunderstanding. And now let's take a short break. Keep watching for more updates.
Nupi oibi kayagi phidam na phambu tem singnariba miyoibagi wahan thok lehendraba khunai sida ai sawo matham jana kanbirak.
Reproductive and Child Health RCH portal, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India ki Makhada, eligible couples haibadi yum palabishing mirolabi amadi chahi nauriba angangshingi hakshel mapung fana digital platform the yengshinabagidamata RCH portal state as the chatnari RCH portal asida tawgadaba sing miyamda thamjari register tawraba yum palabi mirolabi amadi angangshingu yengshinduna khudong thibadagi ngakthoknaba honaba tamating pangli eligible couples singbu tha khudingi contraceptive sizinabra natraga mirolabra halabra haina tracking tawri Miron Bishingbu, Kudong Tibadagi Ngakthoknaba, check up Kimang Jongana, Pau Piduna, Madam Chana, check up the Jagani, Amadi check up the Laukiba service, Amadi test results singi information, Lokatuna, Makata digital platform da Naina Jagani. Angang Singu, Laina Kayadagi Ngakthoknaba Bharat Sarkar Piriba immunization schedule, Fangan Nabagidamata, Mang Jongana Pau Piduna, Mapum Fanatika Dokona, Matin Pangi, Bharat Sarkar Diskim, Habidi, JSYPMMBY, Amadi, Kilkari Singh, Asigi, Kudong Chaba, Lolo Gidamata, Sukso Shoit, RCH portal. Register Tobiduna RCHID Lobby. Taubiganu, Nopiobi Singa Yung Hepanbaga Adongi Lekagi, Asha Natraga, Adongi Area Health Center, the Register Sukshoshwedna Tobiduna RCHID Lobby. Adongi Mirol Bagi Servicing Mapumfan Upload Tonabagidamata, Mirole Hekangbaga, check up Amata Chatringa, Miron be Register Sukshoshwedna Tobio. Akopamaro Gidamak Adongi Asa Natraga, toll free number 104 da Pau Phobio. Pau Jinjariba, Data Section, State Health Society, National Health Mission, Manipur.
Singapore ba do kunaba Infan dagi kilometer 35 rom chatlaga lay.
Everyone is welcome. I think
Welcome back after the break. Moving on with banned military outfit United People's Party of Kanglai Park in a release issues today. The 8th November has reiterated on its commitment towards working committee to the wishes and aspirations of the people of Manipur. With regards to the high-level corruption reported in the Regional Institute of Medical Sciences (RIMS) hospitals by some high-ranking officials, UPPK has stated that they have already given opportunity and time for the correcting themselves and to work sincerely in the best interest of the people of Manipur. However, the involved individuals, instead of correcting themselves and mending their ways, have been trying to cover up their corrupt actions. UPPK has thus expressed that actions will be taken up against such individuals as per the wishes of the people of Manipur. Further, UPPK has cautioned the contractors and other concerned groups and individuals working under PMGSY contract works to execute their allotted and assigned projects sincerely by maintaining quality in their work so that the citizens of the state can have well metals and properly constructed roads in the state. As a part of its continuous efforts against drugs and substance abuse in the state, CADA today, the 8th November, conducted a one-day academic awareness program on the theme of harmful effects of drugs and intoxicants on the students' community, which was being held at the Kakching Higher Secondary Schools of Kakching District. Today's event was attended by the Naurem Nomita Devi Principal Kakching Higher Secondary School, Ningthausams Doran Vice President CADA, and the Sarokhaibam Nena President CADA Kakching District Committee. During the awareness programs, Git Chandra Mangang, Secretary General CADA, spoke as resource persons to participating students. "11 Amur falcons were released today, the 8th November, at Chilwan village. These Amur falcons were captured by team of the Tamenglong Forest Divisions and local volunteers under the guidance of Dr. Suresh Kumar, scientist FW11 Dehraduns, yesterday from the Chilwan roosting site. The research program has been taken up under the aegis of the Ministry of the Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. 2 Amur falcons were given the names as Chilwan 2 and Guanram with the approval of the Anurag Bajpai, Principals, Chief Conservators of the Forest and the Chief Wildlife Warden, Manipur, and were tagged with the satellite transmitters. Chilwan 2 and Guanram are names of 2 important roosting villages of the Amur falcons in Tamenglong District, Manipur. These tag Amur falcons were released by the Divisional Forest Officer Tamenglong K.H. Hitler Singh in the presence of the Dr. Suresh Kumar, Joels Gangmai RFO Tamenglong, Chairman's Village Authority, members of Chilwan Village, Ren Forest Club Tamenglong members and staff of the Tamenglong Forest Division. Beside the 2 satellite transmitter tagged Amur falcons, 2 Amur falcons named as Riang Swanai and Laisanad Ring with the PFA at .manipur@gmail.com were also released. All the remaining 7 Amur falcons were also released. All the Amur falcons were also ringed with the BNHS ring from the C583522 to C58362. The Supreme Court overrules its 1967 decision denying Aligarh's Muslim universities the status of the minority institutions by a vote by 3 majorities. However, it clarified that the questions of whether AMU qualifies as a minority institutions will now be decided by the separate bench of 3 judges. The court's 1967 judgment in the Aziz Basa versus Union of the India held that AMU cannot claim minority status as it was established by a statute. Meanwhile, today the top court held that an institution would not lose its minority status merely because the government brought a law to regulate or govern it. Merely because the AMU was incorporated by the imperial legislation would not mean that it was not established by the minority. It cannot be argued that the university was established by the parliaments merely because the statute says it was passed to establish the university, the majority judgment said. Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, pronounced the majority judgment, with Friday being his last working day. Justice Sanjeev Khanna, J.B. Pardiwala and Manoj Mishra concurred with him. Justice Surya Kant, Dipankar Datta and S.C. Sarma dissented. The top court's orders comes in a plea following the 2006 verdict of the Allahabad High Court that held that AMU was not a minority institution. For ELITETV News Channel, contact with the email address info@elitetv.in or 940289290982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow in Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about the channel. Before we wrap up the headlines, once again. India's apex courts to examine whistleblower audio tapes alleging CM Biren Singh's roles in current 19 months-long violence. Discussions on effective utilizations of funds for the 16th Finance Commission held with CM and Biren Singh. Rahul Gandhi accuses BJP for burning Manipur and attempting to divide people across India on religious lines. Failure to permit Manipuris to write 2025 UPSC Civil Services examination in Panmei script will be sheer disrespect of the indigenous people of Manipur, says Wama. Well, that's all we have for now. Thank you so much for joining with us and have a good night.